So, they just had this big new update to the game. If you're not familiar, this is anime Breath of the Wild. I'm a big Zelda fan, in addition to a big Kirby fan. Just, Nintendo in general. Fun games. And they just had their first update that adds a new area to go to. The Chalk Prince and the Dragon. So it is this whole big area, as you can see, right up there. You see that mountain? You can go there. And here's Glory. She's blind. So this is a very cool twist, I think, on the Breath of the Wild formula. I don't know. There's a couple of games that have been doing the Breath of the Wild thing, where it's like they have the glider, they have the climbing. You can just climb on, climb up stuff that you don't need to, whatever. You can climb up whatever, right? Those are the two things. Another thing that's in here is elemental things. So all the characters have a specific element that they work on, and the things interact with the world in similar ways to in Breath of the Wild. So you can see, using the fire on these bushes sets them on fire, and then they burn up. And then you could switch to a water lady here, and it puts the fires out. And you have things like
Here we go.
wind, where this man has basically Rivali's Gale from Breath of the Wild. So you can go up here and fly up on the gust of wind. And they have just like a whole bunch of like cool elemental interactions also in a way that affects damage, because this is like kind of more of an action RPG sort of game. So you want to use elemental reactions to do different types of damage, right? So like when fire and water meet, it does like a vaporize move, which gets rid of both elements but does more damage. So it's interesting in that way, I think. And so I don't know, I've been enjoying this. It's been out for a while. It came out earlier this year, and they've been kind of doing a pretty good job with the updates and things. It's in this weird space where it's not. It's maybe kind of technically independent, but it also has a budget that was bigger than The Witcher 3. So it's like, I don't know, if you call this an indie game, what does that even mean, right? But it's by MiHoYo, which is a Chinese developer. They've had kind of like one big game before this, which was similarly kind of like a free-to-play sort of thing. Also, this is a free-to-play game. I think this looks very wonderful and beautiful. It has nice music. Honestly, everything about the production of it is top tier, amazing. I'm a big fan. However, it has what a shop. Oh, what a shop it has. Oh, how many things you can buy. Oh, how many best values there are. If you are someone who is susceptible to gacha games in any capacity, to free-to-play things, and that's not for you, I would definitely steer clear. Because that is got a battle pass. Oh, baby, does it have a battle pass. Look at that. I feel like every game I play these days, it's like, oh yeah, there's a battle pass. Don't you worry about that. Oh, okay. Pon has some suggestions of games that we could play in the future. Alan Wake, Amnesia, Pon. There is a full playthrough of Amnesia on this channel, also on YouTube, that you could check if you wanted. Antichamber. I have not played Antichamber. That's a fun puzzle game that I've heard. Brutal Legend. Have played that one. Cradle. Darksiders. I've played Darksiders too. That's very Zelda-like as well. A different Zelda, though. Grim Fandango, Jet Set Radio, Metro 2033, Mirror's Edge, Observer, Orwell, Pony Island, Portal, Psychonauts, Shantae, Soma, Stanley Parable, Tiny and Big. I might actually play through Stanley Parable because I've never played through that game, and it's always been very intriguing to me. Like I saw that one video of someone who like had to sit in a room for like 9 hours to make one of the like some sort of event happen. And the fact that it did after 9 hours, I was like, that's very interesting to me. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'll sit there for 9 hours waiting for something to happen. But just like that, it's the kind of game where they program those kinds of interactions in is funny and interesting. And I haven't played Observer, but I've heard that's a very cool game. And I have played Soma. I played Soma actually this year. Not on stream. It was before I started streaming. But I liked Soma a lot. Soma's a really good game. Yeah, so I think of those that you listed in your top 4, Cry of Fear, Observer, and Stanley Parable are options in the running that I think would be pretty cool. And good suggestions as well, Pon. You're a good curator, I'd say, both of ASMR and gaming content. All around good fellow. And for this, I think, haven't even showed you of course, the biggest part that everyone's here for, of course, is wishing. They got the gacha. They got 3 separate gachas you can do. Where to get a 5-star character, it is 0.6% chance, and that sucks. So, I try to ignore that portion. I re-rolled for this boy who's a 5-star, and I got lucky with this boy who is also a 5-star, and then everyone else is a 4-star. But we are going to not worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. We are going to go into the unknown. They have a really big map right here where they kind of like have 2 main biomes, which is fantasy Germany and fantasy China. If I could show y'all the fantasy China for a second, it looks very nice. Let's go right here on the mountain. Check it out. One of the reasons I'm really into this game is how they represent fantasy China. It looks very beautiful, y'all. Look at all these like nice mountains, all like the architecture, like going all out for like their own culture in a way that looks really cool and is really interesting. They've had all kinds of really good stories. Hello-y, hello. Hello-y to you. How are you doing today? Yeah, so it's very cool. Weirdly, you wouldn't expect this. I know a lot of people like don't think highly of anime games. It has some very good characters and stories. They have some kind of amazing localization team because there's good writing in this, y'all. Certainly much better than it has any right to be, but I don't know. There's a lot of good quality stuff in this, but if anyone has questions about the game, Pon, I have been told this, and I believe that the whole vibe of this channel, no matter what we're doing, is always relaxation. You're not going to hear me get all like all up in arms like you would some Twitch streamers. I'm always very chill. I'm always into relaxation no matter what we're doing. So these folks here, these are hilly churls. They are perhaps what you might call a moblin. Yeah. Destiny's not usually my jam, but I wanted to give it a shot because Bungie has always been around and because Yoth wanted to play it, and I am always down to play things that people in the community are into. I think the shooty games are not really my jam. But, you know, there's nothing about Zelda that I don't love. Except maybe the weapon degradation in that system. It was a little bit difficult. Interesting fact about hilly churls. There is a fan theory based on some of the things that are in the game that the precursor race that lived on this world was cursed and turned into hilly churls, and now they are just living as like kind of beasts who are forced to like witness the world like murder them over and over again. And also you can see, oh look, his shield is burning because I used fire on it. So two interesting things. So this is, you know, MMORPG is a tenuous term because this is online. You need a connection. It is multiplayer. Yeah, I think the way it uses elements is similar to Spellbreak. I haven't played it, but I've seen Spellbreak, and it is interesting in that way where it's like a lot about the combinations of things. So this is multiplayer. So you can team up with people and they can join your world and you can do everything with people, but there are not people in the world. Like, so it's not like, it won't just load in people unless you're doing a specific like mission or matchmaking thing. So it's kind of an MMORPG. It's, yeah, but it's up to 4 players co-op as well. And so I'll load up a good team here to show you all the elemental interactions that are here. There are several elements. Hey, that's a good comparison. It's like Phantasy Star Online. Yeah. And I was just thinking about Phantasy Star. Didn't it like turn like 20 years old or something? I think there was like some kind of milestone recently, which is probably why I was thinking about it. But yeah, man, Phantasy Star Online, I'll say 1 was very good. I have not experienced 2 at all. Okay, so there are several elements here that are good and useful to use in tandem together. So if you have fire, water, we'll try electricity, and wind is good too. We'll go with those for now.
Of your fate lie in my hands.
So D-Luke right here, he's my 5-star boy. He's very powerful. He's very strong. And he uses fire. So when I'm building a team, I would want to use things that work around the fire. So things you can do is you have Fischl here, who is a chuny lady. She's very funny. So she has electricity power. So she can summon a lightning bird here, and the lightning bird will shoot electricity. So now you can see over the hilly churl's head, he has electricity power. So if I use a fire on him, we'll have overload, which made him go flying like that into an explosion and die. Yeah. Yeah, the gacha slot machines is definitely the worst part of this. But I do think that the cookie cutter part, it has like some pretty interesting stuff to it though, I think. Where it has kind of like the different things where it's like you can use Boom Disability, which applies water, the wet effect, and also creates like some shields around you, so it's like gives you damage interruption resistance. Let me just get that back. So that when they're wet, your fire will go away, but it'll also do Vaporize, which does a lot more damage. And you can also do Swirl, which is actually takes the effect that they have and spreads it to other people.
Time for takeoff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are either into the aesthetic or not into this aesthetic. But to answer your question, Helloey, I am very excited for Christmas because I think I will be able to just stay home, which is a lot less stressful for me. I'm going to probably Zoom call with family members, and that is the appropriate level of interaction that I want to associate myself with. But I will say that for this aesthetic, no, I don't work outside, thankfully. People who have to go outside for Christmas with COVID and all that stuff, I feel for those people, or you, if you are one of those people, that seems terrible. And I'm very grateful that I don't have to do that. But, you know, in other years, you would have to go visit family. I'm in California, so it's not that it's cold. It's that I don't have a good... It's not a good time to go visit family, we'll say, you know.
No, my sword.
If only we had some
At least for my situation. So here we are, up at the foot of the mountain. Let's chat with Iris. Cold, okay. Yeah, let's go up that mountain. Okay, so this is a new mechanic that they're working with, is that they're kind of having the Breath of the Wild system where if you went up to a cold area without cold armor, you would kind of get messed up, and you would start to freeze and you'd start to die. Yes. Yeah, it is very similar to Zelda. They were very clearly like going for Breath of the Wild with this. Into the point where that they just released this update, which has another feature that was in Breath of the Wild. But I'll say, like, you know, there was that game, that Ubisoft game that came out like a week or two ago, like Immortals Phoenix Rising, the most generic name you could ever think of. That was like also very like inspired by Breath of the Wild. Yeah, and I think that realistic games, like you said, like GTA and 2K, they're very popular for a reason. You know, they look great, they look amazing. I think it's really hard for some companies to like go after that kind of realistic looking game. It's certainly very, very expensive. So I never really fault games that have like kind of a more simple aesthetic to them. Especially indie games. This is, like I said, is not an indie game, but you know, I am all too used to less realistic things. Yeah, like I said, it's nice sometimes to have something that's less realistic, something comfortable. Yeah, you're right, Pon Pon. I know I had the chat on screen before. I decided to disable it for today just because I remember last time we had a bit of trouble with people being rowdy. Not y'all, other people. So I was like, maybe we'll just turn that off. We'll see how that goes. I couldn't find a way to just have it be, you know, VIPs and followers. The ASMR stream, I think it was maybe right before you came in. We had we had a raid. It was a little bit of a troll raid. And so I'm fine with that. It's just when they pop up in the video, I don't want people to be upset. Okay, we've got to find this boy's daddy. Where's the daddy? He's up there somewhere.
Is Daddy on top of that mountain?
I hope not. Hope daddy's not on top of that mountain. Okay, yeah, that's Barbara. She was on my team before. She is, she's both a nun and an idol. A nun and an idol together. Oh, yeah, clipping shorter parts. Well, I do want to archive everything, just so people have, like, access to the full stream. So I always do the full stream, and then I try to, like, I never know what to clip. So sometimes I just default to clipping, like, I don't know, half of the stream or whatever. If you had a general, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, is 20 minutes a good quantity of time for people? I could try to look for like 20-minute clips that are good segments. Alberto, hello. This is Genshin Impact. It's a free-to-play Breath of the Wild-like game.
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Oh yeah.
Hopes?
And this lady,
Because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
this lady is also a nun, and she's a vampire, maybe a robot as well. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what's going on with Rosaria.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you?
As you can
Do
tell,
you not find
nun.
it the least
Clearly a
bit
nun.
odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings.
Oh yeah, they go all out. These are voice
Maybe you're a
acted
little
in
too
like
trusting of
7
other
different
people.
languages as well.
Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've got to get going.
Pon, I wish I could deny what you're saying, but I can't. Mommy Rosaria.
Seems
I-
like that nun's an expert in making people believe anything she
No,
wants.
more. I must come clean. Rosaria.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Must be honest.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that?
Oh,
Paimon was whispering
I did not
something.
introduce the people who are new. This is Paimon. She's a little baby. She's a little baby that follows your main character around, and is very cute, and also is maybe Yoth. Hello, Yoth. Welcome. Affiliate. I assume that's what you're saying OMG for. Or you're really excited about Genshin Impact, which is also maybe true. Yeah. We're excited about this. We're having a big party. Come join the party.
And as for this
I guess you're already
outlander
here.
you seem to be following.
Welcome.
So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror.
Oh,
Well,
but
then,
what I was
given
going to
your
say
status, I won't press you on your reasons
was
for
that all the
eavesdropping.
gods in this game are named after like the demons of Goetia. That like hierarchy of demons. And kind of the prince of all those is named Paimon. So there's a lot of fan theories about maybe Paimon is actually evil. Maybe Paimon was evil and then lost her memories.
Otherwise, depending on your
But I
answer,
think maybe
I
that
could have
I
arrested
think maybe
you on the
she's the
spot.
god of hell, or the god of all.
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
Are you talking about Rosaria or about Paimon? Because Paimon,
We
Oh,
can't
you're
be
talking about,
turning a blind eye to
Rosaria.
hidden dangers, can we?
I think
Why
she's a
shouldn't sisters
vampire,
have a
not
sense of
necessarily a
justice?
succubus. She's new,
doesn't sound
so we're
right.
not really sure.
But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Paimon is extremely cute.
Let's talk about you.
They do
What
a
are
good
you
job.
doing in the mountains?
We're investigating the truth of this world.
But you're only a traveler. I doubt you have any great skill in alchemy. Whatever. I had a notion of who you were seeking. If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
No,
The third
this
person.
is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
People are very like quick on it, but sometimes they're like, oh, there's this one scene that where Paimon says I instead of Paimon, and they're like, you have to fix this, and
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the
that
tracks.
part's kind of funny.
They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Okay, so we're here climbing this mountain, this new mountain, looking for Albedo, who is the lead alchemist in this world. Oh, and we are currently going to be starting accumulating sheer cold, which is that bar, that second bar that goes up whenever you go into the cold areas. Yes, this is free to play. This is extremely free to play. It's super free. It's super free. It's all free. Everything is free. Yeah, but so let me see if I can take up so this guy is the new one. This is the new one that is around, and they released him as a character that you can get on the wishing screen, and with these wishes, which are those are pulls, right? And it is a extremely free to play, where it's like you also pull like weapons that you would use, and you would different banners, and they're always like going out, and they have the battle pass, and they've got all that stuff. They got all that stuff for sure. But I mean, you can play it all with the free stuff. You don't have to put money into it. Also, this is, since we were talking about Mommy's Ningguang. Hello, Ningguang. She's the basically the, I guess, president. You'd call her the president. You know, the highest authority figure of Liyue, which was the Chinese-inspired land that I was showing you earlier. Also, Venti is a god. Venti is a god that those nuns were worshipping. They worship the god of... I forget what his name was, but his human name, like he became a human, and his name is Venti, and now he's just a nice bard who travels around the world. No. You don't unlock DLC content through gacha rolls. You unlock the characters. All the content is free, thankfully. It's very nice, actually, that way, where you can do everything free, and really the only thing you pay for is characters. Characters are not cosmetic at all. Characters are very much how you play the game. And the only reason I would say it's not like outwardly pay to win is because there's no PvP content, where I feel like that's usually where it becomes like a race to the bottom. Yeah, kind of like a fighting game, I guess you'd say. But this is all like PvE, you know? So you don't have to really worry about like not encountering... Okay, I should look at the effects of sheer cold. They're asking me about them. So bonfires and other sources of heat will diminish sheer cold. Conditions like snowstorms and swimming will accelerate the accumulation. So it seems that as long as I keep that bar low, I'll be all right. And we have some guys here.
Want to taste of my hammer? I messed up. I got careless.
So you don't choose a character when you start, but you get a number of characters for free. And you also get a lot of free pulls, which is a lot of how these gacha games, like, you know, justify kind of like, they're like, oh, you know, you'll eventually get people for free. You'll get some stuff, and you know, which is true. You know, I've definitely gotten a lot of free pulls as I've played.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
Oh my.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
The voice actor for Paimon does such a good job. Like, that character archetype, the characters you unlock for free are not random. So I'll give you an idea. So the characters that you get for free, I would say, I got Fischl for free, Barbara. This is the main character that you start with. There's a boy or a girl that you can pick. You get Amber for free. You get Kaya for free. You get Lisa for free. They're not great. They're not top tier, certainly. I mean, Fischl's pretty good. Fischl and Barbara, I'd say, are the best ones, which is why I have them leveled up. But Fischl, since you said that Fischl
created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
So she's a Chuni, meaning, like, if you've played, like, Fire Emblem, she's like Odin, where it's like she has all this, like, where she's like, I'm a god, actually, where she's, like, clearly just making shit up. They had a very fun, actually a whole event focused around her, which is where they gave her out for free, which I thought was nice. These guys right here create elemental shields. So that's another aspect of this game, where I'm focusing down the fire one because he'll create a fire shield. And if you create a fire shield, you can't destroy it with fire. There you go. So that guy has a lightning shield, which unfortunately is easiest to take care of with ice, which I don't have. This guy is an earth guy, and you can destroy earth-based shields with claymores, the big weapons, right? So, like, I'm lowering that bar with that. But you wouldn't lower it if, like, say I used a regular sword, right? So that does kind of nothing to it. So a lot of it's about, like, you know, getting the right tools for the job. This guy's going to take a little while to beat because, like I said, I don't have ice, which would be probably the most effective thing to use in this situation. So, you know, his bar is not going down at all. But you are affecting his HP. He just has way more defense because of the shield. And you can implement shields of your own, too. Ningguang, who I have, she's an earth character who kind of, like, focuses on creating those shields. And obviously, you know, if you use the same element on something, it's not going to be very effective. Like, Fischl is not a good character for fighting this guy because he is electro-charged. Whoops, I died. Talking too much. So here's, they all have super attacks that you can do. like that. And so Ventes makes a big old thing.
This isn't good.
Sometimes you just want a big old thing. I'm glad you're coming around on it. It's the kind of thing where it gets like, I think it looks nice, but it really fits as well. With kind of like the vibe that they've got going on. They have all this like really beautiful like orchestral instrumentation, like, you know, like with the fighting and all that. Where it's like, I mean, like I said, this cost more to make than The Witcher 3, but you can also see where the money went. You know what I mean? Alright, so we got, this is new, they have a frozen chest. I just solved the puzzle though. That's how you defeat it, is you use the fire. Which did something.
Brace yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean... Well, what do you mean by that it was made in Poland? Well, I know that it was made in Poland. I mean, what does that indicate? Is this a little chest? Oh, okay. So, oh, I've got like... I wonder how I was getting that bar to go down before. Because I am getting high up on the bar. Gonna have to figure out what happens when that goes all the way up. Oh, what is this thing? It's a little ice pile. Okay. I feel like having a fire character is very useful here.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
How do I make it go?
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a nun.
I should find some way to heat myself up. Oh, I have a good idea. I have a good idea of how to do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to swap the party around a little bit. We're going to get Bennett here. We're going to get Bennett
Wish
there.
me luck.
Because he has an ability, boom, that pops down a nice thumbs up fire zone. So I think that should... Oh no, okay, that doesn't... I thought that would get rid of the fire, but it's still there. Alright. So here's a Electrocystin Mage. I might die again? I have food I can eat. Oh, maybe that... Ah, okay, so that's what you have to do. Stand by a nice fire. Right.
Let's dance.
Makes sense. So, Barbara is primarily a healer. I have right now this, like, musical ring that heals you. And so, she's a good character to have around. I think Bennett is a pretty funny character because he is the unluckiest man in the world. Where his whole thing is that, like, Tell me, what is that? Ancient rhyme. Cannot be melted with pyro attacks. Only an attack affected by a scarlet quartz. What is a scarlet quartz? Oh, okay. There you go. There you have it. Gotta find that scarlet quartz. I found it. Uh-oh. Got fire flower, ice flower. Ah, okay. I solved the puzzle. So with this guy, you want to interrupt that attack, or he will just go hog wild on you. What's in here? Uh-oh. Those, they look like they're okay. So if you played Breath of the Wild, these fellas are a little bit like the ancient robots that were everywhere, where sometimes they will come to life and attack you. 23, 33, 32, 2.2. Is that important? Hopefully not. Hopefully not important. Oh, hello, sir. Let's see if we can get him. Okay.
This isn't good.
So, that was the same electric guy that gave us a lot of trouble before, but if you rush him down before he can put a shield up, it's a lot easier to beat. I guess maybe another thing I could do would be to have an ice character, but you can only have 4, and there are 7 elements, so you really have to pick and choose. Oh shit. Well, they're laughing at me. It's very rude of them. Let's see, where's the best way to go? Oh, maybe... Is this... Did I already activate this? No. Well, now I have. That guy looks... It's like a Yeti. Oh, I need more. You know what? Let's go after this Yeti. Yeti spaghetti. Oh, okay, he's got an ice shield. I assume that's going to be a major thing in this area. I mean, it is all icy. Do y'all remember that, like, those, like, whoa, oh, that guy really went after me here. Okay, so, let me use her big heal. This is a little bit dangerous to use her, so you don't always want to use her healing ring, because it also makes you wet, if you know what I'm saying, if you catch my drift. And that becomes a problem, is because if you get afflicted with ice while you're wet, you will get frozen, and that's to be very bad. thankfully, you can do something like pop that that area down, which will afflict you with the fire effect, which will cancel out the water effect. So that'll make you safe, but you can't have that up all the time. Everybody has their cooldowns and whatnot. Okay, let's get this broken. Looks like it's just one shot. You only get one shot, and then you cannot miss your chance to blow. It's interesting, this area. It is a little bit like more puzzly than some of the other areas. I think that there were some good puzzles in the earlier areas, but this one seems more like focused on these ice puzzles, which I think is pretty neat. Yay. Did that waste it? I think that might have wasted it. Dang. Hopefully that doesn't mess things up. Oh, I see. I think I see one up there with those dancing boys. There it is. Albedo'S tracks.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Let's play!
No ice for me, thanks. Okay. I can solve this puzzle. I can do it. We do need the one more. Oh, okay, this came back, thankfully. What's happening? Whoa. What was that? What is that? A frost-bearing tree. Okay, so we're not supposed to know what that is yet. When exploring, you will sometimes find a kind of a crystalline substance, known as a crimson agate. Offering these crimson agates to frost-bearing trees may yet yield rich rewards. Okay, cool. I like those. Thank you. Oh, there you go. See, they offer free pulls. I just got one now. I have quite a bit of those. If y'all want to see some gambling. If y'all want to see gambling, you let me know. Because I could do a little bit of that. Not with real money. With fake money. Climb up here. There's a thing up there. Seems to be a teleport. I don't know where this teleport is. Up. Oh, is that it up there? That's so high up. I don't know how to get there. So, in addition to like these just general kind of like overworld areas, they have like a lot of like dungeon content and stuff like that. I think that a lot of that is more like gameplay focused than exploration focused, for sure. Joel's father, I remember him. We were looking for him at some point. Guess he's dead. Because there's all kinds of stuff to find. There's treasure chests like that one. It's a big old treasure chest. How do I unlock this? Maybe I have to kill these guys. There's like a decent amount of like hidden treasure chests as well, like in the vein of the Korok seeds from Breath of the Wild, where it's like sometimes you have to do like really kind of like esoteric things, like where you just see something that looks like it would be a puzzle in the area and you do it, and then it ends up being, oh, you get a treasure chest out of that. And I always love that sort of thing, because when you feel like that's everywhere, then your brain starts to work in a different way, where you like are looking at everything like it could be a puzzle. And that's hard to do. It's hard to like actually make that work, right? Because otherwise you'll just be looking around and you'll be like, is this a puzzle? And then the answer will be no enough times that you'll stop looking around like that. But, you know, Breath of the Wild was really good about like giving you that feeling like, oh, everything that I look at could be a puzzle. Whoa. Hello? What's going on here? Okay. Fire. That thing looks bad. Is that an enemy? I've not seen this before. It looks like an enemy of some kind. Okay, that was an enemy. This is a dead enemy now. Oh, a low word. It's a demon chest. Or it had one of those agates in it. So for y'all watching, you're probably more familiar than I am with some of the Twitch features for affiliated channels, where some of the stuff that I was like learning about for the first time, specifically the channel points. Like I didn't know what that was, but I've done some actions are there with the channel points. And I don't know if you like to interact with that, but you're welcome to. Thought that would, you know, tried to think of some fun things people could do with that. Let me know what you think. I was more into that when I heard that it was all freely available. I don't like necessarily restricting too many things from people just because Twitch wants you to. What is this? It's soul and star silver its bones. But the one who could wield it, the ice-breaking outlander, Imunlao. Okay, let's see if we can... So that's glowing in a way that makes me think... Well, it's definitely part of a puzzle. How do we interact with you? Interesting, interesting. Because that's clearly how you open this door. And that symbol is it's part of the symbol that's on top of that door. It's a nice little, this is a Sealy. Get to follow them to their home. Let's take you back to your home. Here you go, little ghost. Gotta get rid of these. Alright, I will see you later, Pon Pon. You have a good time. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're interested in this. I always have a good time playing Genshin Impact. Usually just do it on my own. I would like to play with folks watching. Everything's more fun that way. Wow, look at this place. There's a whole lot of stuff here. So many things, so many room for activities. Okay. Look at that. So at this point, I could just full-on jump off this mountain. I don't know if we can get up there on the mountain. You know what, why don't we do a little change up here of the party? Seems good. We'll go with Ningguang. She is pretty cool because she's like a magic user, right? So she shoots earth magic. And her whole thing is that, like, as you fire bolts, as they hit targets, you'll like accumulate rocks around you. And that like powers up her charged attack. So you'd go like there. That counts as a hit. So I've got 1, and you can get up to 3. Oh, there's a thing. Gotta get the thing. Gotta get the thing. Whoop. Got it. I got the thing. And she also has a pretty cool ability called the Jade Screen that she can do. And I'll show you like right here. So she'll pop that out. And it's kind of like in Destiny that we were playing the other day, where you pop down that wall and it protects your shooting. This works like it allows your bullets to pass through, but it does not allow the enemies. So that's pretty nice. And when you pass through, you get a little earth damage bonus. So it incentivizes you to both stay close to it and also pass through it a little bit. And when you have it up, when you use your ultimate attack, which is on Q, I think my body's covering it, then it will blow up the screen and do more damage as a result of blowing up the screen. So a lot of these characters, like, some of them can be simple and some of them have more intricate interactions. So it's kind of like, depending on your level of complexity that you want to get to it, there's like a good amount of depth to find, because it's like different characters also perform differently, right? And I kind of like the ones that are interesting or fun to play as. Or, you know, I'll also just take ones that are good. I feel like that's the thing when you're playing these kinds of games. It's like, you're like, oh, you know, all these things are cool, just who's meta, right? What is this about? I push the button and push that button. Is that next? Push this button. And is there another one? Oh, there is. Whoa, bunch of treasure chests popped out. That's great. Nice. I got it. We did it. Let's actually pull up this quest here. I was just kind of exploring. It's also nice to do more of this story quest here. Oh, look, there's a thing. Whoa. Okay. Elemental sight, just like your Witcher vision, what have you. Found him. This is him. This is the guy. Albedo.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
Why, indeed.
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger?
Oh no. I thought they were just dancing, having a good time. All right.
Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
So yeah, you'll want to kind of do a 3-hit combo and then your charged attack, which like fires a bunch of stuff, and then you can do your ultimate, which just pops a whole lot of those guys.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with sketching hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
Yeah.
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
Well, that's a nice drawing.
Wow, look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen.
Mm-hmm.
The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Oh, goodbye. Goodbye.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm. We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
Sucrose
I see.
is
So
his
Sucrose
assistant.
sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct?
That was supposed to be a secret. It is an isekai. We came from another world. You are worthy of your scholarly
Excellent.
reputation.
If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Oh, this really is going to take a while, isn't it?
Whoa. You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
That's pretty cool.
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Okay, sure.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
What's in it
Mora,
for me?
knowledge, and
Mora
the
is
answer
money.
to the question you are seeking. It happens to be an answer that I can provide. How does that sound? Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Aha, research. Let us go. Oh no. Is she
Albedo
evil?
and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Maybe she's not evil, just perhaps somewhat of an antagonist. Oh no, I'm losing health. I'm losing health quite quickly. Oh well, time to die. Oh, you'll help.
No, my
You will help me, little Sealy. Look at that. Being around the Sealy makes you nice and warm. Ah. And you get a chest. An exquisite chest. That's the best kind. Well, technically. Technically, there are better kinds.
Has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know.
Perhaps an invasive
I feel the
species.
importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Ooh.
Still a little difficult to understand?
Got big rocks on your
No,
face.
Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well,
I want to know
if
that
it
too.
turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Paimon loves food.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid.
He's a single
I suppose
dad.
It's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person.
That's true. That's lore. Requires a little, like, orb sphere thing, like a medallion of some kind. It's given to you in some sort of, like, moment of strife in your life or something like that, like where you, I don't know, when you have your, like, origin story, you get a vision as a result of it. And you need that to manipulate elements in this world. Like, so to be a fire guy, you need to have a fire vision. And to be an earth guy, you need an earth vision. And the main character is special because they are able to manipulate elements without a vision. Probably because they come from, like, another world, right? There was this whole opening cutscene. It's on YouTube somewhere. You can find it. And I think that's interesting because they kind of, like, use that to indicate, like, they kind of stick to it in a pretty good way, like where if you are one of the characters who is a god, like Venti, he has a vision as well, but it's just because he's trying to masquerade as a human, so his is actually fake, and it's kind of like made it like it doesn't light up, basically, is how they indicate that it's fake. And there's another character who's a god who doesn't have one as well. So I think that's pretty interesting. They also have a story that they're alluding to in the next area after this one, where you're going to go across the sea to, I think, I can't remember the name because it hasn't come out yet, but the area that you're going to is an area where the Archon, or the god there, is in charge in that society, and they have outlawed the use of visions, and they're collecting them. So they're using that to, like, create a different world over there. That seems like a pretty interesting story when that comes out. It reminds me kind of like of season 1 of Korra, which was kind of the only season that I remember enjoying a lot, but I kind of fell off. But that was cool because it was like, oh, they were like, bending is outlawed. So I always like it when they kind of go with that storyline and these kinds of stories.
I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature?
I do. I don't know if the character does.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
Floating child.
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
I caught Paimon with a fishing rod. It's true.
That rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards.
Well, like I said, maybe she's the demon prince.
No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in their research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
No,
Slimes.
that would be hard.
Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare yourself.
Let's do it.
The slimes will be here any moment.
I'll fight the slimes. Oh, there they are.
It's not. Teamwork is dreamwork.
So a couple things that I like about the combat system here, which may not be apparent unless you are a close observer, is that you get invincibility frames, both on the dodge and on your ultimate ability. So like I'll use this here and I won't get hit. So you can kind of use it to plan out if you're going to get hit. You can do a quick dodge. So I'll do, well, I guess I dodge out of the way anyway, but you know. There's a brief window where you can avoid getting hit on that. And that's pretty key to like, once you get to like later game things that are actually like pretty difficult. This area is, let's say, good if you're playing a stream and not paying 100% attention. But you know, as you play the game, you are leveling up, and the enemies level up as well, so they are like level 86 here, as you can see. But if you're just playing, you're starting, they're going to be
Great work.
at your level.
Did you feel anything out of the ordinary?
And they also buff up the rewards too, so it's kind of fair
If you're
feeling.
injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
I'm cold.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that
Hooray.
we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
You gotta
It's very
get some
simple.
blood work done.
I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Will it crystallize in my stomach?
Kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign.
Oh no.
Yes, that's an excellent way to think about
Health
it.
checkup.
Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it.
video
It's
games.
a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Sounds good.
Here, should do for catalyst purposes.
Alright, I'm gonna switch back to our friends, our fire friends. I think it's a good deal easier. Oh, what's here? A little orb and some money. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, I didn't know there was another one. They're throwing little slimes at me.
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Well, that's good. Good to know.
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Ah, nice and warm. I'm not a big cold weather fan. I don't know if anyone out there is from a more harsh climate than California. Probably. How do y'all feel about the cold weather? I used to live in New York, and that was it got to be pretty bad when the winter rolled around for me. Oh boy. Action puzzle, action puzzle, action puzzle. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of stamina. You can't fly if you don't have stamina. Everyone knows that. I did it. It was fine. Okay. Let's go back to here. Back to there. Look at this nice little place.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction.
Okay.
While we are waiting, have a look over here.
What are we looking at?
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Yeah, this bitch makes, like, I always accidentally click on him when I'm trying to use the alchemy station.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
Wow, that's a lot of data.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
Rational?
Consider, you don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
Maybe I'm a slime.
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
I am slime.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data
That's why
already.
he's the student, and
This traveler
Albedo'S
is
the
a
master.
visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world. Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great, I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Now what's this thing?
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Whoa. Stuff. Okay. I will try. I'll try the potion. B for inventory. Binventory. We are going to here. I think, no, here. What's the potion? Where's the potion? There's the potion. I found the potion. I drank it. Oh no, I'm on fire now.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
It's like spicy,
So you knew
spicy
you'd be
beverage.
sick and still drink some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
How nice.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When
Whoa.
something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them.
That's profound.
But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different.
Damn, making me feel bad.
For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly enough?
Seems like there's another layer of meaning to your words.
To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now.
Okay, Timaeus, this isn't about you.
Oh,
We're having a
you down as
moment
an
here.
animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Ah, sure. Observe the installations in the camp. There's a bandana. An alchemy work table. Diluc is very closely reading this. Yes, I see. It's like when you're old enough where you need reading glasses, but you are too proud to get any, and you just stick your face right next to it. Thankfully, I am hopefully far away from that myself. Just have these for far away things. And I always have...
Albedo, let's go see him.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
Not really.
Agreed. I'd love to find a moment to put them all in order. Still, experiments come first. Well, on with the research.
I like this music, though.
There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements, but worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world?
I'm glad you asked.
I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
My willpower. Paimon, you do it.
Paimon knows how to do that stuff.
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose. Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond.
Called cooking.
It may even help with proliferation.
Are you just hungry?
I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same
I will
page.
make some for Paimon.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results.
You must always
If
feed
there's
the
anything
Paimon.
left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does he get these ideas from anyway?
Oh, cook here. What do we have? Recipes. Sunshine sprat. How to make. Okay. Well, I happen to have all these things. It's a fun little cooking mini game that we can play. Boop ba doop doo doo doop. I did it.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh. Was I supposed to do it a different way?
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the results.
Hungry boy. He's a hungry boy.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
7 of them.
Not to worry. At least we put
As-
some
as
food
the
to good
Colonel
use.
recommends.
No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion.
Was it 11?
Enjoy.
I don't remember.
I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment.
Oh, how nice.
Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
But she would have
anyway,
cared, and that's important too.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose.
They were doing
Anyway,
a live stream
moving on to
of
the
talking
next
about the update,
experiment.
and they hired the voice actress who does Paimon.
There are all
To
manner of
narrate
alchemical
that.
items here.
And just her regular
Keeping them
voice
in their proper
is
place is a challenge.
close
at the best of
enough to
times.
Paimon that
A
it
while
was
ago,
very
I had
entertaining
the
to me.
misfortune of misplacing a batch. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely
Okay.
finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
Oh, maybe that's what they meant by special power. Where are the things? Oh, found it.
This must be electrohypostasis powder!
Oh, found the other thing.
Extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it!
Yeah, gotta be it. Gotta be
Goodness.
it. Gotta be.
You managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks.
You're
I'm
welcome.
wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep! Guess it does sorta count as a superpower, huh?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to
Oops,
commend your
sorry.
deduction that the items would contain
I
elemental
should do the
traces.
auto mode that they added.
Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence,
I'm with you.
the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. Let's start with physical. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing?
No, I can't see her at all.
And if you
Come
jumped
on.
from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then?
No.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her?
He's really hung up on that.
Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Yeah. Light up the little torch. Gotta keep warm as we go. Do some experiment. Ah! That guy's so big. Why is there a big guy there? Excuse me, sir? Sir? You have horns on your back. This is a very... Alright, I'll fight. I will fight the big man. Oh my god. Oh no. This guy looks pretty intense. Oh, don't. No stomping.
Here we go. Teamwork is dream.
Yeah, teamwork is dream work. Glad I wasn't over there.
I'll protect us.
So that was a good dodge. Because that would have hit me if I didn't have the invincibility frames. Okay. I got him. I got him. I got the big boy. Big boy season is over. That's supposed to be related to that other tablet that we found, maybe? Oh. Big treasure chest. Luxurious. Hello? A priest's box. Got a priest's box. I don't know what that is, but I got it. I don't always care what's in it. I just want the stuff. I want to collect the things. Okay, let's go. Boom. No. Blew his ice breath on me. And he's standing in the ice breath, so I have to touch it. It's very rude.
Let the show begin.
Treasure chest. Very nice, very nice. Is this not where I'm supposed to be? Looks like it. I thought so. Oh no. There we go. Can't freeze. Can't freeze my ass. Stick close to that, and then my ass will not be froze. Oh, it looks like it's up there? Let's fight this big Yeti first. Oh, look at those little guys. Those guys are so cute.
Here we
Little
go.
baby thing.
Everybody stand back. Let the show begin.
Oh no. Got frozen. I'm gonna get frozen again. Because this is... Yep. So I was saying, you can't always have Barbara's healing because it makes you wet. Sounds weird every time I say it.
Let's play! Let the show begin!
Okay. This guy's so big. His name is Uko. He has a name. Nope. Oh no. He's starting to get froze.
Everybody stand back! I'll protect us!
Okay. Okay. We're almost dead here. There we go. We got him. We got him. We got Uko. Thank you for asking, Hello-y. I'm glad that you don't mind me doing this. I'm doing ASMR in the, in about 1 hour, I think? 45 minutes. Where... Oh, I need to go find that warm spot. It's in the stream title, actually. At 8 PST. So whenever that is in your time zone. I mean, it's 45 minutes from now. You should know what time that is, I think. Okay. Oh, Eastern time. Eastern time. Yeah, so that would be 11. Pretty close to bedtime, so that's good, right? I don't know, I try to time things well for that. It's so hard. I think we have one person that I know of who's in the EU, and they always get bummed out because they're like, oh, you're starting and it's 4 in the morning. Guess it's just how it is, right? It's always going to be a bad time for somebody. And I'm glad you're enjoying this as well. Oh. Ooh. A nice warm torch. What are we doing up here, Albedo? What's going on?
You want us to jump? From up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
We better have a better method.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake.
Okay.
I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
I'm probably gonna glide. Uh-oh. Looks like they forgot that voice line.
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing.
Yeah, there are people who
No
are like
matter
that
what
who
choice
just
you
go
make,
swimming in
it's
icy
all a
water.
part of the
I don't know
experiment.
how those people
For
are
me,
alive.
Every detail is invaluable to the research. Then if you would,
let's
please,
do it.
I eagerly await the results.
All right, let's jump off a
Wait a
mountain.
minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data,
Ooh.
responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No,
Oh no. Oh.
unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research.
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Over there. Oh no. I'm gonna go this way. Hopefully avoid touching the icy water. I did it. I did the challenge. The ice bucket challenge. I am the
Great
ice bucket
work.
challenger.
I've never seen a performance quite like it.
Thank
Your
you.
reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
Ooh.
But you followed
They
us
had
the
a pretty
whole way
good,
without breaking a sweat.
Like, time
Me?
trial challenge with
Actually, I
like
used
gliding
alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway,
courses that they made. That was pretty fun. That was like
if it
last
turns
week.
out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to.
Couldn't we just tell you about it?
If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
You're gonna eat me?
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting.
Ooh.
I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended. Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own.
Whoa.
The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
That's true. I agree with that.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilly trails? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Yeah, I always like when things that you've grown accustomed to sometimes regain that feeling of
Precisely.
newness.
To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be like boring to you? Like sketches?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime.
Wow. And we only met him like 3 hours ago.
Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence.
Okay, Paimon, you're gonna sit this one out.
Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Ooh. There it is. Okay, this little waypoint here. That'll be good to get. Coming back here later. Now where is... That's very far away. That area over there. It's on the other side of this mountain. What's this say? This says there's a chest here. That's what it says. Maybe I can go around the mountain. There's a chest there too. How exciting. Look, there's all that stuff there. I don't even know what the deal is with that. Wow. This is one of my favorite parts. Just gliding. You can hear the wind. It's very relaxing. Also, it seems like I'm dying, but that's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you die. Sometimes you die when you're relaxing. Okay, let's go down. Get this thing. What is here?
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings.
Ooh, exploration.
There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see.
I can do puzzles.
So, let's see you in action.
I'm the puzzle master.
Start wherever you like.
What is... Okay, this is probably going to be locked until we solve whatever puzzle they're talking about.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 And are you just gonna go around in a circle here, friend? Like I said, I'm the puzzle master. No puzzles can escape my grasp. Oh, maybe we need this guy. Okay, looks like that did it. Great. Okay. And...
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
It's up to you, Hellzone. Only you can find the fiery Sealy boys. Oh, there's one. I did it. I found it. Oh no, nope, nope. Okay, that's bad. It's bad to be there. It's bad to be in this location. Oh no, I'm failing the puzzle. Failing the puzzle, and I'm dying. I think we need to go warm up. Puzzle master, for sure. Yep, this one will be easier to get. Come with me. Yeah, sometimes they take strange routes to get there. Okay, yeah, you're in your little house now. Alright. Gonna use... Nope, 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 nope. Okay, there we go. Gonna use this little power to get a little boost, and then we'll fly over. No problem. No problem. No problem. Okay. Come on. Come on, little boy. Oh, these guys can be a problem.
Get out of here! Take cover!
He drowned. He drowned and died. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Come along. Come along, friend. Come along, friend. Let's go.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Explaining things is Paimon's job.
Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
Symbols. The symbols.
What's this?
I am unfamiliar with these patterns.
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Okay.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
You gotta pay the troll toll.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Ooh, I would love a fleeting miracle.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
Oh no, Rosaria.
You didn't leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor.
Does he have ulterior motives?
Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in all kinds of strange experiments?
Is that bad?
I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps, you were colluding from the beginning.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see over the top of it.
I don't think he's bad. He seems
It doesn't
nice.
matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
I'm a slime now.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
Are we gonna fight?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them. But for insurance purposes,
we
I
got
better
A.
make a copy.
I don't know.
This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat.
Okay.
Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that
Well,
you
you
did
said
this
we
time.
were best friends.
You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone. So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
She's saying I shouldn't just trust someone who says they're my best friend. I don't know. I don't know.
Never mind her.
That doesn't sound right to me. Let's go... I guess that's the closest one right here. Let's go see. About 30 minutes. 30 minutes left. I think it would be cool if we could finish this storyline. I don't know how much is left in the storyline. At least this quest, for sure.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back?
I won't tell him. Not
Time
really.
for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell
I knew
just by
that.
looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Yeah, you tell him, Paimon.
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I
Maybe.
mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom. But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa.
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
Ooh, that's pretty.
the transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
So short-lived.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
Yeah, how are we gonna
Life
snack
is
on
a
it?
manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness.
This is true. But I would like if it were delicious as well.
So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Oh yeah, she has a brother who's been captured.
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again?
Of course. Anytime.
Glad I can count on you.
I'm always here for you, anime man.
I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything,
I didn't know that was on the table.
I rely on you to stop me.
Shit. Is he like... Is he trying to contain unspeakable evil that he contains within his
Looks like
body?
someone made camp here. Are other people adventuring nearby? Let's see how our fellow explorers are doing.
Where? Over here? Festering desire? Oh no. You never want that. You never want festering desire.
Hey, it's Sucrose!
That's the assistant.
Are you here to explore the snowy mountain too?
You scared me. Please, don't scare me like that. I was giving my research report some much-needed consideration.
But you were just standing over there,
She has
staring
little-
into space.
Little doggy ears.
Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal.
A new type of sweet flower. Maybe it's some kind of sugar, or maybe it's a different type of sugar. Maybe you could call it sucrose?
Oh, are you interested? Wonderful. Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me.
Yeah. Weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here?
Timaeus and I were helping Albedo organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him?
Sure didn't.
He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albedo when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albedo is able to grasp almost immediately, but we, on the other hand, take considerable time. I fear that this must be the difference in our knowledge and experience showing. Timaeus seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well... guess my search for secrets will have to wait.
Secrets? Ooh, what secrets?
Actually, do you two have time right now?
Don't have anything on us but that.
Then,
I have
could I
approximately
ask you
half
for
an
a
hour
favor?
for you.
In truth, I feel like Albedo is concealing something from myself and Timaeus.
But isn't he your teacher?
Mm-hmm.
What would a teacher have to hide from his students?
He got a beast form,
That's true.
maybe.
But I feel like he's always hiding something. It is my personal guess that it is some great secret of alchemy.
Wait, how are you so sure?
Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us.
You do have a point.
Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding? Please. I'm just too curious.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yes! Thank you, thank you.
we will go investigate.
All right. Let's take a little trip, shall we?
That was all the prologue. Okay. Maybe this is a more involved quest than before. Could be. Find Albedo and learn his secret. Well, that does sound enticing. Sounds enticing to find out what his secret is. I would like to know. I would like to know what his secret is. It seems like it's something like kind of the thing where it's like, oh, I have this great, awesome power inside of me, but I can't control it, and it's going to destroy everything.
Albedo!
Why are you here? Are you lost?
No, we're not.
Are you concealing an unspeakable secret?
Hey, what are you doing? Our mission calls for a delicate approach.
Oh, I guess I didn't think about that. Good point.
Sure, but still.
Actually, you've arrived at just the right moment. I have business with you too, in fact. Here, catch.
Huh? What's this?
As you can see, it is a sword.
Ooh.
I did not make the sword. However, I did
demon
add some
sword.
alchemical touches to it. Would you like to try it out?
Yeah.
My research indicates that this sword has some unique properties. Only you can use it.
I
But
want
I
the
need
demon
to
sword.
gather data from it quite urgently.
I want the demon sword.
So, could I bother you to use it in battle?
Wait a second. How can there be a sword that only one person can use?
Very astute of you. This sword has indeed had a curse laid upon it.
A cursed sword?
An ordinary person would be unable to wield it at all. However, you are an exception.
Huh?
Or perhaps I should say that only you are immune to the curse. As such, who could I find to help me if not you? We gain little from saying more. Go find some monsters nearby. After all, some things are best discovered through practice.
Wow. Ooh, how nice. Well, I just get this, I guess. That's cool. Level up. Level up. More level up. More level up. Okay, I did it. I probably have to put that on something, right? Probably. 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 Gonna say probably.
For justice.
For justice. Right. You will have it. It's worse than your current sword. But, I mean, look at that. It's cool. Look at that thing. Looks pretty sweet. I enjoy a good cursed sword. Who doesn't? Who wouldn't want to, you know, taint their blood with the demon blade?
How about those over there?
Okay.
Paimon still has a bad feeling about this.
Can I beat them with the strong guy? Look at that. See, I used the sword a little bit. It's gonna take 5 years. Hopefully that's
Over
good
here!
enough.
It's with this brat!
Oh no.
Give it back, you thief!
Treasure hoarders? There are treasure hoarders in a place this cold?
Enough talk! Hand it over!
Watch out!
Oh no. Treasure hoarders. They're trying to hoard treasure. When that's my job. I like how they like teleport away, so it's like, oh look, we're not killing them. So I know China has like strange rules, or specific rules rather, about like depicting death and murder in video games. Where it's like, you'll notice that a lot of esports type games will refer to things as like eliminations more often. think that's the case in the new, like, Call of Duty Warzone thing.
Now
That they call them eliminations, right? That's what I heard.
Treasure
Anyway.
hoard.
They certainly
Oops.
arrived quickly.
Did you steal that
no.
from them? Did you steal that
They
sword?
seem to have been talking about this sword. What's going on?
Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I didn't steal this sword. Not long ago, the Knights caught a band of treasure hoarders outside the city. The goods they were smuggling were also impounded. This sword was one of those items. We believed it to be stolen plunder, but no one came to claim it.
Mm-hmm.
Nor could we find out where it came from. So it languished in our stores. I noticed it quite by chance while in our storehouse. To tell you the truth, such an old sword would see little use outside of alchemy.
So you didn't steal it from the treasure hoarders. You stole it from the people who took it from
You
the treasure
claimed it for
hoarders.
yourself? Just like that? So, then what happened? You just took it with you?
Indeed. And I initially intended to perform some experiments on it, but I unexpectedly discovered its true origins in the process.
It's just like bobbing up and down there. It's like, yes, I'm not evil.
This ancient-looking weapon once passed through the hands of a now-deceased blacksmith. It is a legendary, magical sword.
A
Ooh.
magical sword?
It is said that the smith vanished not
real
long after
sword?
creating the weapon, with the weapon subsequently becoming lost to time. Working backwards from its eventual fate as plunder, one can guess that it was then stolen by the treasure hoarders, where it remained in obscurity till recently.
The blacksmith who made this weapon disappeared? That's kinda spooky. No wonder it's cursed.
Exactly. Do you know the story of Durin in this mountain? Durin was
Durin's
the black
Day?
dragon who menaced Mondstadt, before finally being defeated by the combined efforts of Dvalin and the Animo Archon Barbados.
Oh, okay. So Barbados is Venti. And Dvalin was Venti's friend who became evil, and we fought him earlier in the story. And so they're saying that they teamed up and beat this Durin guy earlier before Dvalin became evil.
After a
There's
fierce
the
battle,
backstory.
the vanquished Durin crashed to ruin here, falling into the thick snow. Snow gathers
watch
atop
my
this mountain,
4-hour
never
lore
melts,
video on it. That
which is a
doesn't
most
exist.
curious phenomenon.
Don't actually look for it.
Which leads one to wonder, was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent?
Could it really have been intent?
Perhaps this place was chosen as a gravesite precisely so that the snow's power could seal the corrosive toxin coming from Durin's body. It seems plausible that Barbados would think of such a method.
Huh. Was Barbados such a capable god?
Yeah, knowing Venti, I kind of doubt that.
Well, these are just my postulations. I don't have any evidence. But what's for certain is that this mountain and Durin are deeply intertwined. In fact, I believe that the very sword in your hand has Durin's remains in it.
A dragon's remains?
That's pretty cool.
Indeed. The dragon's eyes, claws, and scales ground into dust before being used to coat the blade. In this way, Durin's corruption and venom entered into the sword and became the source of its power. This is very advanced craftsmanship. I presume that having successfully forged the weapon, the smith must have tried it out themselves in their joy.
And then they were absorbed into
But
the sword, and now their
Using the
soul
sword in
cries
battle
out
would have
in
allowed the
anguish for
corruption
all
to
time.
seep through the blade's handle
You know,
and into
typical
their
stuff.
bodies. Ordinary mortals cannot withstand such power. The blacksmith must then have fled, driven mad by the curse, before meeting their end in some unknown place.
That's bad.
You've purified Dvalin's tears before, which is a very rare ability indeed. This ability has protected you from being corrupted or poisoned, and you can completely eliminate their effects, which is why you and only you can properly wield this sword.
Still, this sword really is huge. Yikes! It's glowing!
You just noticed it was glowing?
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the
Oh,
real
it's
experiment
glowing
begins.
more.
This sword is still very weak at present. However, it is able to absorb energy, and through that, it is able to constantly become stronger.
That's a good idea. Let's power up the demon cursed
In
sword.
some sense, you could even say that it is a living thing. Well then, traveler, Adventure with it to your heart's content. I need you to help it grow.
Anyway, have fun.
I believe that we will soon have all the proof that we need.
Yay. Oh, thank you. Well, that's pretty cool. So I believe that this is a whole event, which we won't get into today. Won't get into this, but that's pretty cool. I'm excited to like go and do this event, power up that sword. That seems fun. Seems pretty interesting and cool, and I like this whole area. Look at that, this whole area to explore. I feel like 3 hours, and like we only kind of really covered this small portion. A little bit of here. Yeah, very interesting, very cool. I like that. I mean, of course I'm going to play more. I mean, I play this I kind of play every day. You know, it's like I'll do the ASMR streams where it's like, now everyone has been put to bed. Very nice. And then I'm like, I should go to bed. But what if instead, maybe, we have like 5 minutes left. What would be good to do in that time? I wonder. Well, let's go back here. Let's go back to town. Here we are. We're back in town. Oh, you're back, you son of a bitch. This is why I hate Timaeus, because you go here to craft, and it's very easy to like go on this, and then you'll just talk to him instead. Timaeus.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
She's a robot. They don't tell you that explicitly, but she's a robot. If you stand around and you listen to her, she will occasionally say something like, error, rebooting. So either she's a robot, or she likes making people think she's a robot. Also, she exists in several places at the same time, making me think that there's just additional models of the Catherine robot. I'm onto their tricks. I know the secrets. Okay, so I've been playing for a while. What better way to end a stream of a free-to-play game than with some gambling, anime gambling. So there's this one, which is the event pull, where you can get one of these 4 nice characters. This being the 5-star, these being 4-star. I quite like Official and Bennett, so they're good if you get multiples. Actually, I mean, there's a whole thing with that. But I'm probably not going to pull on this because I might want to wait for a character like Rosario. Okay, all right. Yeah, maybe I want to wait for Rosario. Okay, so sue me. Anyway, we'll pull on this one, which is always the same. It's always the same banner, same odds, but they gave me a bunch of free pulls with this update. So I can do some gambling, and it won't even cost money. That's great. Okay. So here's what we're looking for. 5-star would be amazing. Probably won't happen. A 4-star would be good. And if that we get a 4-star, there's two kinds of things you can get. You can get weapons, or you can get characters, and they have 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star weapons. You actually don't want, you don't want weapons, because that means you could have gotten a character. Those are the stakes that we're working with here. There, see, that's a weapon, and it's not a very good one. So that's a big bummer. That's a bummer. Oh, wait. I take back what I said. Bennett. We got a Bennett. That's great because we already had Bennett. You've seen him before. You've seen this guy.
Adventure team, assemble!
Benny's adventure team, assemble. No one likes him though, unfortunately. He doesn't have friends. So no one
Or not.
no one is involved in Benny's adventure team. Wow. So I guess I'll show the thing with that. So when you get a multiple of a character, there's this whole system in the game called constellations, which is really, if you want to get into it, that's the whale thing. That's the real shitty part, where it's like you get various power-ups based on how many duplicates of a character you've pulled. And they can sometimes be very good power-ups. Where if you're someone like me who does not put, well, I'll say I put like about $5 a month into this, just because they have like a nice deal with that. And it's like, I don't mind paying $5 a month for something. You know, I do it for Netflix. Well, I'll probably pay more for Netflix. Maybe I should stop it. But anyway, it's all to say that's what we get for that. So you kind of permanently increase one of his skills. And that's quite good, actually, to get this one. Because you have to unlock them in order. And his first one makes it so that he always, like when he puts down that big field with the thumbs up on it, that it will always give you an attack bonus. Whereas before, it would only give you an attack bonus if you were at or above 70% HP. So, you know, it's an improvement. It's definitely an improvement. And I always like to say, if you're gambling, why not keep gambling, right? I've got more. So just to continue with the stakes here, the way that this system works is that they have a pity system that is a little bit complicated. It's complicated, but the way that it works is that when you get up to 90 rolls without a 5-star character or weapon, you will be guaranteed one. So basically, as you pull towards 90, you get like a higher percentage chance, and eventually you are guaranteed one. You are guaranteed a 5-star something. So that should happen maybe soon. I don't know. It's possible. We'll see. Let's see. We'll just skip these. Three stars, I would say, are garbage. If you get a 3-star, you are probably going to just throw it in the garbage. Probably going to throw it in the garbage. Garbage. Diona. I don't use Diona. I don't think she's very good. So while that is a good thing to get, it's also kind of a little bit of a bummer. But that's okay. It's okay. Because gambling. Because we could gamble more. Whoa. That yellow one's a 5-star. Also, this is a 4-star weapon. Maybe good. I don't know. It looks like a claymore, so maybe it's not good. Because I already have some good claymores, so you don't really need it. And yeah. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get when we Okay, so it's not a 5-star character. That's actually not good. But as far as weapons go, I think that one's a good one. Wait a second. Was that 2 5 stars? That is such an astronomically low chance of happening. 2? You're only guaranteed 1. And I mean, Mona's not. Wait, and another How is this the best pull ever in the whole world? That's amazing. Just goes to show you, gambling always pays up. No, it never does. Never does. But sometimes you get Mona. Mona, look at that. She's very cool. She's an astrologist. She has the cool wizard hat. I love cool wizard hats. Look at that. Of course, she also has a constellation, so it's like, oh, you know, if you really want to max her out, you gotta pull 6 more copies, but it's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. She's pretty cool. That's exciting. That's exciting. Here, I'll bring her out. She's level 1.
It is as the stars foretold.
She's pretty cool. So she's a magic character. Look at that. She has like kind of a dummy that she can pull out. And also, one thing that I like about, she can just turn into water. She can become... Yeah, we Splatoon now. Oh yeah, now we're water in the water. That's pretty good. Honestly, I'm shocked that any of that happened. Wow. All right. So with that, I'm going to say that's a great place to end it. That's a great place to end this nice Genshin Impact. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having a good time. And I would love to play more sometime. I think we're going to go and do some ASMR next, though. I know, probably feeling like that's a good idea, right?
Guess I'll post an expedition at the Adventurers
I think
Guild.
that would be quite a good fun thing to do. Let's go over here. Hello. I think probably I might have to go and take a little I won't take the stream down or anything, but I might have to go to the be right back screen to swap some things out. Got to update the stream data. Really? You're going to pull an all-nighter? What for? Look at this nice background that we have, though. Ah, a little preview. So when we come back, we're going to have some nice cozy... Oh, you don't have school tomorrow. Nice, nice. Well, even if you're not going to bed, I hope that you enjoy just chilling and relaxing with me here. It's nice. It's always nice to have you here, Heloise. I think, yeah, I've got to go probably adjust the gain on the mic so you can probably hear me, and because like I have to adjust it so it's like boosting up louder, because I'm, you know, for my whispering, and then I have to change the stream information, do a couple things, and I'll be back after that. Okay, so see you later. About let's say 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to